Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, heart pounding, feeling like someone's watching you? You try to move, to call out, but you're frozen, completely paralyzed, and then you see it, a figure lurking in the shadows, their eyes burning into you. In this video, we dive into the spine-chilling world of ghostly invasions during sleep. We'll explore the terrifying stories, the science behind the fear, and the chilling truth about what might be lurking in the darkness of your own bedroom. Okay, so picture this. I'm about 12 years old, sound asleep, dreaming about something ridiculous, probably involved pizza, when suddenly, bam, I'm awake. Except I can't move, not an inch. It's like I'm glued to the bed. Naturally, my first thought wasn't, oh, classic sleep paralysis, because what 12-year-old even knows what that is? No. My first thought was, this is it, I'm dying. This is how it ends. And then, as if things couldn't get any worse, I see it. A dark figure, tall and shadowy, standing at the foot of my bed. I couldn't make out any features, just this oppressive darkness emanating from it. It felt like an eternity, but it was probably only a few seconds before I finally managed to gasp for air, break free from the paralysis, and bolt straight out of that room. To this day, I'm not sure what I saw that night. Was it sleep paralysis playing tricks on my young mind? Or was it something more sinister, something that enjoys tormenting preteens with a penchant for pepperoni? All right, let's get down to brass tacks here. Science, the ultimate buzzkill, has an explanation for sleep paralysis. You see, when we sleep, our brains essentially hit the off switch on our muscles, preventing us from acting out our dreams. But sometimes this system glitches. You wake up before your brain has fully turned the muscle switch back on, and boom, you're stuck in sleep paralysis. And those terrifying hallucinations, well, that's your brain's way of explaining the unexplainable. See, your senses are coming online, but your brain's still stuck in dreamland, leading to some seriously messed up interpretations of reality. So that shadowy figure at the foot of your bed, probably just your brain misinterpreting a pile of clothes. But here's the thing, knowing the science doesn't make it any less terrifying when it happens to you. Because in the heat of the moment, when you're paralyzed and something's staring at you with glowing red eyes, logic goes right out the window. Chapter 3. Now let's talk about a place where sleep paralysis wasn't the culprit. A place where the line between nightmare and reality blurred into something truly terrifying. The old Victorian on Harbinger Lane had a reputation. Locals whispered tales of a family driven mad by an unseen presence, of blood-curdling screams echoing from the windows at night. Most dismissed it as folklore, but the new owners, the Millers, quickly learned that some legends are rooted in chilling truth. From the moment they moved in, the Millers were plagued by nightmares, vivid, horrifying dreams of being choked, dragged and tormented by unseen hands. But it wasn't just dreams. They'd wake up with scratches, bruises, the feeling of icy fingers tracing patterns on their skin. One night, Mrs. Miller woke up to find her husband hovering above her, eyes vacant, a chilling grin plastered on his face. He claimed to have no memory of the incident, but the terror in Mrs. Miller's eyes told a different story. The Millers eventually fled from the house, leaving behind their possessions and their sanity. To this day, the old Victorian on Harbinger Lane stands empty, a chilling reminder that some nightmares don't end when you wake up. Chapter 4. To delve deeper into this terrifying phenomenon, I sat down with Dr. Emily Carter, a renowned sleep specialist and paranormal investigator. Dr. Carter, you've dedicated your life to studying the unexplained. What's your take on these ghostly sleep invasions? Well, Shane, Dr. Carter began, her voice calm and reassuring, the human mind is a powerful and often misunderstood thing. Sleep paralysis can certainly explain some of these experiences, but there are cases like the haunting on Harbinger Lane that defy rational explanation. Do you believe then that these entities, these ghosts, are capable of invading our dreams, our very minds? I asked, leaning closer, eager to hear her response. It's a question that has haunted humanity for centuries, she replied, her gaze intense. We know so little about the nature of consciousness, of the afterlife, but the evidence suggests that there are forces at play beyond our current understanding, forces that can bridge the gap between the living and the dead. Dr. Carter's words hung in the air, leaving me with more questions than answers, but one thing was clear, the realm of sleep a place we often associate with rest and rejuvenation, could also be a gateway to something far more sinister. Chapter 5. Now it's your turn. We asked you to share your own terrifying tales of ghostly sleep invasions, and let me tell you, you guys did not disappoint. From shadowy figures lurking in the corner of bedrooms to disembodied voices whispering threats in the dead of night, your story sent chills down my spine. One viewer described waking up paralyzed, a cold, bony hand clamped over their mouth, silencing their screams. Another shared their experience of being dragged by an unseen force to the foot of their bed, only to wake up with unexplained scratches on their ankles. And then there are the stories that defy explanation, the feeling of being watched, of an unseen presence lingering in the room long after you've woken up. These stories, my friends, are a chilling reminder that we are not alone in the darkness, that the veil between our world and the next can be thin, especially when we are most vulnerable, lost in the depths of sleep. Well, there you have it. A terrifying glimpse into the world of ghostly sleep invasions. Thanks for watching. If you have your own ghostly sleep stories, share them in the comments below. We might even feature your story in a future video. And hey, if you enjoyed this descent into the darkness, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling tales. Until next time, sleep tight, but not too tight. Wouldn't want to make it easy for them now, would we?